Alright, hello and welcome to the 12th race of the 2018 Aero Marathon Regional Tour season. Waiting for this to start. Alright, hello and welcome. Okay. I was just making sure that it worked. We're here at Pikes Peak for the 12th round, 95 laps here in Fountain, Colorado. Get on track and retire for qualifying. So far no one's put any laps in. Accelerate through. So Brandon Scholl on the pole, with Zbigniew Grabach, Terrence Branch, Etienne Poncel, and Marcel Davis the top 5. Smith, Arvids, and Santiago Smith and Cody rounds out the top 10. Okay.
Drivers, to your cars.
Oh, whoops. Here we go. Goes under that, we're good. It's Brandon Scholl. I believe there will be something in return to, I believe, Simmons Racing if he wins a race at some point in the season. Getting a pole, obviously, a good way to start that off. A good way to be on your way to winning a race green flag into turn number 1. Side by side with Zbigniew Grabach. Grabach looks like he's beating him slightly through corner entry, but Scholl gets a nice run off. On camera. Etienne Poncel gets underneath the 55, goes to second place. Oh. In this 35 machine. Hot on the heels of Scholl, makes a dive into turn number 1 and move Poncel up to the lead. Dicey action in the back. Still getting used to the keyboard controls. Oh, 4 wide between Argoda, Advocator, and Barnes for a moment, and 3 wide between the 1291 and the 02 of Jacob Sandbrook. He went to Sandbrook. That's a private school. Bad jokes. Everyone's keeping it civil this week. There's now Jimmy Brett getting shuffled to the back on the outside line, along with Silva Cody in the double zero. Grove in the 14 car as well, trying to make its way forward in the 14. One of the young hopefuls for Kenny Gerald Incorporated. Cody a little bit high on corner exit there. Nick Kelly not having a very solid run in the 99 machine. That's a tough break for the Venture Autosport Group. Reportedly, they have been in contact with truck driver Will Mazzoni. Mazzoni with a personal sponsor quick check on board with the 90 truck in the Pennzoil Truck Series for Stovelt Motorsports. And that's another team that is kind of running into some turmoil internally. And I'm not sure exactly how that's all going to pan out, but Venture Autosport kind of in a dire bit of financial straits here, as Kelly now dropping back to the last position in the race. But you do see Ski-Doo logos on this car, but Ski-Doo sponsor reps have said to the team that they are not willing to expand broader than simply on an associate basis, so you're not going to see Ski-Doo jump on board as a primary sponsor on this car for this team. So unless they find a primary sponsor soon, it's not looking very good for the Venture Autosport boys. As we've got a 3-wide battle between Paige Hebert, Francois Maxwell, and Nico Bassinelli. Bassinelli getting the worst of this deal by the looks of things. And Hebert makes it 4 wide as he goes past Preston Bell, who gets split up the middle between the 80 and the 10 cars. So move Hebert into the top 20. We got a car around. Oh, contact between Maxwell there. Let's click through. Oh, Brenda Barnes is done. And looks like there was contact between the 0 and the 62 after the initial incident, which I believe was Vladimir Mraz. No. It's the 83 of Joe Santiago. Oh, the 00 and the 0 made contact, and into the wall goes Barnes with the help of her teammate. So there's one of the HWW Motorsports cars out of the running already. Probably Zbigniew Grabak in the 55 made contact with Santiago in the 83. Look at this from the TV1 cam. It's contact. The 83 goes into the wall. Everybody misses him, but there is further trouble up ahead. So there's the 0 car. There's the 31 as well in the wall, but the 0 getting turned, and Brenda Barnes' day unfortunately comes to an end here. Sorry about that. Looks as though Mraz will beat Santiago out of the pits. Carter David's in the lead in the 34. The 34 beat everybody out of the pits. He took 2 tires. That might have been the reason why. Fastest lap of the race currently belongs to Etienne Poncel, who was the leader. And let's take a look at his pit stop. Let's go TV2 on this one. Ooh, a little bit of contact between the 96 and the 35 there. That might have contributed to a bit of a longer stop. Thankfully, no pit crew members appear to be hurt in the collision. Oh, contact between the 96 and the 2 of Branch and Davis. They came out 2nd and 3rd. Poncel drops to 5th since they took a little bit of time to fix some of the damage. Brandon Scholl is in the pits. Contact with Scholl's car leaving the pits with Rabach. And that must have caused a misfire on the 1 machine. As the field takes the green flag now. On an unfortunate note for Brandon Scholl. Was in 2nd place. That impact appears to have disrupted something on the 1 car. They couldn't get it refired for a while. but now they're back out on the racetrack. As we've got Cody Smith and Scholl a lap down, Jacob Smith, 34th spot. Nearly contact between Nadu and Brett there. Alright, with a little bit of front end damage. Oh, what on earth was that? Try to make it into the pits, and the AI are stupid and they're trying to run in there. What happened in turn one? Oh! And totally 7 and came down like Jim Jens wasn't even there. Oh, Silver Cody got dumped into the 81 car by Sean Gormley. He was going to get into the 0-2 of Sandbrook anyhow. Cody's off the lead lap because of all the repairs that he had to make. Marcel Davis out and away with the lead. See how that happened. We were recapping other things that we missed. Went around Branch and has been driving away ever since. 27.532 last time by. That's his fastest lap of the race. We're going to do a 27.8 for Branch. 27.95 for Michael Bell. And the draft might be helping out Davis quite a bit from the one car, Brandon Scholl. Emerson Doherty, last week's winner. Coming now into the 4th position. And by 28.006. So faster than most of the drivers around. Bassinelli 27.72. He's in 10th right now. Chapman 9th, 27.576. A lot of these guys setting their fastest laps of the race last time by, including Daniel Argota. Finished 2nd last week, 2nd or 3rd, finished 3rd, excuse me, 3rd in the 12 car last week, Alberta. I was up at 5 a.m. for some other reason. Francois Maxwell last time by 28.07, that's the 10 car's fastest lap of the race. Monte Arvidsson having a pedestrian run so far. Not really known to be great on speedways. 28.71 last time by. This might improve with the draft and Trustin Bell. Survey says 28.235. Kelly's clawed his way up to the 20th spot. We were mentioning him earlier. And some of the misfortune of the cars in front of him might be attributed to him getting up into the top 20 now. Sean Gormley, he's even further. I believe he's in 19th right now. Actually, a battle for 21st between two Show Team Motorsports teammates of Chabot and Gormley, or Chabot and Gormley. Still conflicted as to what the correct pronunciation for that is. Battle for 23rd between Junior LaRouche and Joseph Santiago. Santiago for the time being holding on to it, but LaRouche through 3 and 4 appears to be winning the battle. Jacob Sandbrook chilling behind the both of them. The Michigan native. check. Now going underneath of Santiago to take over the 24th position. And Grobe hot in pursuit of the 16 car as well, so Santiago must be suffering from the damage that he got earlier on. Obviously that brought out the caution. Andrew Gitiano, last week's runner-up, 127th. The Long Island native, not, as I've said before, it's been a nightmare of a season so far, and that was the first good thing that's really happened to him all season, was that second place finish last week. And he very nearly won this. He very nearly won the whole thing. But I guess this was not meant to be. Arvidsson shoved out wide in the 3-wide situation with Lamar and LaRouche now. 16 car getting his feet back underneath him here. Speaking of 3-wide, Gaetiano, Santiago, and Grobe for a moment there. Good job by coaches know the under goes by. The battle for the last spot on the lead lap, the second to last spot on the lead lap, I should say, goes to Tage Hebert right now. And Jacob Smith in the 62 trying to keep pace. He might have suffered a little bit of, slight bit of mechanical damage from his incident. Marcel Davis out and away, leading this one. And boy, would this be something if Davis can pull this one off. He's obviously had a very tough season so far. And the demotion to the MRT certainly doesn't help him out. But his numbers in the ANS so far have been not good, to put it bluntly. And Richter Racing felt it best that he and Soderschnick swapped positions. And so far, Davis hasn't quite run as terribly, I wouldn't say. But also has not run very much better than his ANS results. But looks like things might be turning around today for the 2-car of Davis. As Terrence Branch has had a dominating win earlier at Circuit iCar in Canada early in the year in this 96 machine. But he might miss out here. He's in second. He's got Emerson Doherty, a hard-charging Emerson Doherty right behind him in third. This 87 team has been on fire lately. After kind of hovering around, kind of being anonymous for the first portion of the season. Because now we're getting to, this would be race 12 of 16? I believe it's 16 total events. Doherty hot on the heels of the 96, who is in turn hot on the heels of Brandon Scholl, who is now 2 laps down. Looks like a nice run into turn 4, can't do anything with it. The 96 makes a move around the 1 car of Brandon Scholl. LaRouche 18th, trying to track down David Sandbrook in 17th. And Sandbrook, one of the younger drivers in the field, just had his 22nd birthday not too long ago. Driver the 02 car. His teammate Donovan Chapman is pretty young as well. But it appears that Sandbrook is kind of being hyped up to be the future of the Holiday Incorporated organization. Obviously just started their AARO affiliation, what you can call it, their foray into AARO this year. And the Azilda, Ontario native, has had a solid season, nothing spectacular really. Had a few hints of bad luck here and there, but Sandbrook overall, look at the points actually and get confirmation. Donovan Chapman, his teammates, running in third in points. He's had a rather consistent season. Also not anything overwhelming for the 0-3, but he's been there when it's mattered and survived a lot of breaks. Meanwhile, Sandbrook, 22nd, has 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 2 DNFs. Those 2 DNFs probably certainly playing a role in his 27th points standing. Facing pressure from the Sauer Development guys of Zeke Trotz and Patrick Nadeau. Trotz now ducks to the inside of Nadeau, forces Poncel out into the outside of a 3-wide situation. 35 is going to drop back on the line. Jonah Reagan in the 40 car taking advantage. Rumor has it that Simmons Racing could be going through a bit of a shake-up in the near future given the Grant Jacobs situation. So if he were to be moved, that would probably cause a stir in terms of their minor league, their prospect pool. I guess depending on what their return is, you could see Reagan or he get moved up, or maybe Griffin Sharp moved down. And Sharp has run good in the ANS for Simmons, while Reagan has by far had the better overall season of the two cars, I would say. And I say that because Hebert, while he is 5th in points and while Reagan is back in 15th, Reagan has seemed more consistent. Hebert missed a race, had a poor string of results to start off the year, and rebounded very, very strong, especially at Bristol, getting his first year win. Ran up front for most of that race. Reagan, ironically, running in 15th right now. Whereas Tage Hebert is in the back somewhere. Right here, 29th. Approaching the halfway mark in this one, Marcel Davis just took lap number 43. Fastest lap of the race overall still belongs to Etienne Poncel in 35. We'll be curious to see if the Revolver Motorsports team moves up at all, because they have these 3 cars down in MRT and the 1 truck for Christopher Nielsen in the PTS. But rumors obviously are not aplenty with the Revolver Motorsports team, given that they don't really have any affiliation to any team. They are their own set unit. One of the last teams really in the series that can say that. And I believe Revolver and Venture are the only 2, as a matter of fact, who are not affiliated with any AERS program, or not a subsidiary of any AERS program, I should say. These are focused on the Sauer development guys. Patrick Nadeau now in 10th. Zeke Trotz on the outside looking in of the top 10. Daniel Argoda in 8th looks to gain some more ground on Malte Arvidsson. Donovan Chapman up in the 5th spot in the 0-3 for Holiday Incorporated. God, this is one of my favorite paint schemes in the MRT. It's the black and green and white that they went with for the Little Trees car. Not really an inverse of Aaron Parker's ANS scheme, or why do I keep saying ANS? Aaron Parker's A or S scheme, but it's obviously the same base, just different colors and such. Anyhow, Chapman in 5th, the not Casey Lester car of Emerson Doherty in 4th, Terrence Branch in 3rd in the 96 car. Nico Bassinelli is up to 2nd place. And while yes, he's a short track ace, he came from nowhere really. 28.3 preceded by a 28.319 preceded by a 28.17. Yes, he's just been on a tear lately. As tire fall off seems to be real. There's plenty of guys running 28.5s, 28.6s, 28.7s. Or prominently. Got these guys in the back here of Brett, Cody, and Jacob Smith, all running in the 29-second bracket. Tyrone Lamar goes a lap down. The hands of Marcel Davis. Okay, at least that's still working. And lap 50 has come to a close. No, this is not weird. This is not the halfway mark. We are past the halfway mark already. Pierre-Luc Comtois in the 26, who has not had a good stretch recently. Now in this 26 car, going to go a lap down. .2 seconds back to Bassinelli. We'll see the gap at the line. Almost under 4 seconds, so it looks like Bassinelli is the faster car. Bassinelli might be the fastest man on the circuit. 28.7 to a 28.5. Yes, Nico Bassinelli. 28.6 for a couple of the drivers behind him. Scrolling through, looking for anything around a 28.6. Can't find it. Nico Bassinelli, fastest man on the circuit. 3.6 seconds now. So Bassinelli closing in, and he is hungry. Desperately willing to prove that he belongs in this series after a stretch of not so impressive runs so far this year. Obviously off-track issues between himself, other drivers, and the team. So it appears that Bassinelli finally beginning to show his best form here, as he had complained openly to the media, believing that Zabina Grabach was getting the better equipment, saying passive aggressively, "I thought that teammates were supposed to get equal equipment." Just as a kind of a swipe there, but the team appears to not have commented on it and simply tried to work internally to resolve those issues. As Marcel Davis catching up to Tage Hebert now, the Bristol winner, to put him a lap down. And Hebert has some right side damage. Either he got contact with someone in the pits or hit the wall or something. 29.34 last time for the zero car. 28.978 for Marcel Davis. In comparison, Bassinelli with a 28.696. Only 2 3/4 seconds back on Marcel Davis now. Working on Tyrone Lamar to pass him. Can't do it yet. Andrew Gitiano appears to be the next victim for Marcel Davis to take here. He's got to be hoping another opportunity arises to where he can get his first career marathon regional tour victory. John Grobe, another guy who has not won yet this season, has come close on occasion, though, in this 14 car. It's been, I would estimate that it's been a pretty difficult year for him in the 14, given the teammate rotation that he's had and some of the internal strife with that, as well as the Alex Yates injury, which kind of added to the shakeup. That he started off the year with Griffin Sharp, and then Sharp held out and was eventually traded away to Simmons Racing. Lamb Morrell came in for a race, and that's all we've seen of Morrell so far. So Grobe in this 14 car, 27th right now. So not the best day for this 14. Zubinic Rabach as well has hit a couple people already in the 55. Got the 18 of A. Sean Gormley, who is involved in a bit of extracurricular stuff after the first caution came out. Junior LaRouche in the 16. And trade rumors kind of surfacing. Oh, and did LaRouche catch the wall? Looks like it. Drifted up. Yeah, he did. He smacked the wall out of turn 4 there. So maybe the handling going away on car 16. Move this out of my way, as we are now working on lap 61. Carter David's now down to 17th in this 34 car. And safe to say that he has had a season to forget. He's currently 28th in points. He's got two top 5s, 2 top 10s, and a DNF. So not alarmingly, not really astounding statistics in this 34 car. 29.44 last time by. He's in the 17th spot. He's just hovering around, just trying to survive, having an okay day thus far. With Sandbrook in the 02 car putting pressure on him in 18th. And just ahead of him is Malte Arvidsson, the points leader, who doesn't, oh, that's some pretty serious right side damage there, but doesn't look like he'll be gaining any ground up on his points rivals. But the positive that Arvidsson has is he's got a rather comfortable points lead at this point. Getting around Jonah Reagan and Nick Kelly here would be starts. We already talked about the Kelly situation. Poncel and Smith both have right side damage. Believe that they have also smacked the wall. Does the 99 have any damage? No. A whole lot of action going on. Francois Maxwell in 8th has climbed his way up to 23rd in points. Actually, his teammate Vladimir Mraz passed him in points last week. 22nd. Neither one of them got off to great starts, but have slowly but surely worked their way into good graces. And after, I believe, Maxwell got a win. Yeah, Maxwell won earlier on in the season. It seems that Maxwell has found his comfort zone. So let's actually take a look at Maxwell's stats. He won at Michigan. Won in Michigan earlier on in the year. He's facing pressure from Patrick Nadeau now. Make the pass around Brandon Scholl. Hanging on to 9th right now, but the 27 and 23 cars are right there. As now the gap between Marcel Davis and Nico Bassinelli is under a second. Davis is in the pits. Green flag pit stops. At Davis in the 2 car. He is in, right side jack up. Tires coming off, tires going back on. We're on the left side now. Lifts it up. Lug nuts. Tires off, tires on, lug nuts back on. Out and away. Get us back out front. Nico Bassinelli leading laps here. Donovan Chapman 3.4 seconds behind. And just behind Chapman is Emerson Doherty. Maybe able to get by the 80 car of Hebert here thanks to his teammate. Chapman gets shoved out wide, or shoved to the outside, I guess, by Davis rejoining the field. And that is Gormley into the pits. Bassinelli not in yet. Chase Smith in the 38 car has come in. Left side work being done. Looks like they're trying to fix that right side on that 38 car. Don't blame them. And they successfully do that. 38 down and away. Junior LaRouche now. Looks like he'll be lapped. I don't think he has come into the pits yet. The 16 car, the 44 still not pitting. Trying to stretch it. But to see how well that works out for Bassinelli. Terrence Branch getting held up a little bit by Andrew Gitiano. Branch to the inside. Gitiano in a 3-wide battle with Branch and Doherty. That's going to cost Doherty a spot. In behind all of them is Tage Hebert, but Hebert is locked down. Bassinelli facing pressure from Mayshawn Gormley on the fresher tires, and Gormley goes by in the 18. This might be a little bit riskier on the 44's part, staying out there on older tires, risking losing more time to those who have already pit. Still is not diving in. Advocator holding him up ever so slightly, not too happy. Shaking a fist at the 91. Saying, what are you doing? Get out of my way. Donovan Chapman in the 03 car also is not coming into the pitch yet. Appear to be changing. interesting to see how this strategy unfolds. Smith all over the back of Junior LaRouche. Smith currently off the lead lap. Actually 2 laps down. Massinelli facing obstacles of Vlad Mraz and Preston Bell currently. Massinelli goes on the outside of the 19, confident he can get by him. It's on the older tires. Get draft from Alexander Chabot, not enough though to drag him through. This is only hurting the leaders by staying out longer. Unless they feel that they're able to make it to the end. But I don't know if they're going to be able to. As there's Marcel Davis in the 2-car unlapping himself. Now, he certainly doesn't have enough time to obviously get the lead back from Bassinelli if Bassinelli stays out. Chase Smith flying through this field, flying through these other guys. Alexander Chabot losing a lap to Nico Bassinelli now in the 44 car. The 38 of Chase Smith hot on his heels. Smith with the fresher tires has more grip. Bassinelli washes up the track. And Chase Smith is going to get one of his laps back in the 38 machine. 38 machine not broke. Santiago facing pressure from the 38. He ducks underneath the 34 of Carter Davids. I believe that Chase Smith may actually sign with the ACS racing team. Obviously, his family owns part of that team. He's cousins with Nate, the ARS driver Nate Smith. And Chase, there wasn't enough space on the ACS MRT team for him, so Smith then was approached by Revolver Motorsports to run their 3rd car in this 38. He's had a tumultuous season, to say the least. His best finish was 3rd once at Toledo and at Lucas Oil Raceway. He's done it twice so far this year. Currently in the standings, running in the... Oh, where is he in the standings? He's in 8th in the points at this moment. Marcel Davis going around the outside, it appears, of Jonah Reagan into turn 1. Goes by to take 13th. Most of the leaders are going to try and make it to the end on just the one stop. If they can. Not hearing any reports of fuel issues, as there goes Etienne Poncel back to 12th. Russell Davis up to 11th. Now he's going to work on Malte Arbinson and go into the top 10. He might even get it before he gets to the start-finish line. Never mind. Not close enough. 11 to go. Davis to the inside, and to the 10th spot inside the top 10 now. As Nico Bassinelli has taken 10 laps to go. Held up slightly by Jimmy Brett. Won't be too much of an issue though. Looking on the spectator camera. Beautiful day here in Pikes Peak, even if it is kind of cloudy. But just over 80 degrees. Bit windy as well. But overall, not the worst day for racing. At least it's not raining. As Bassinelli has taken 8 laps to go. So Jonah Reagan will be the next victim to lose a lap to Bassinelli. Other way, whoops. There is Marcel Davis in 10th. Goes by Francois Maxwell for 9th. Comes up on the lap car, Silver Cody. Goes by him with no issues. It's another 3 seconds to Patrick Nadeau. Should be able to catch him before the race is over. But Davis, about 20 seconds. Let's see actually what the gap is. Yeah, just over 20 seconds behind Nico Bastinelli. He's not going to have enough time. So he has to bank that the leaders run out of fuel or something, which doesn't seem to be an issue, according to reports. Donovan Chapman with a nice second place run, and this is going to help him out tremendously in the points battle, as Arvidsson not inside the top 10. And Daniel Argota, if he does lose a spot to Marcel Davis, that further helps the 03 car out. As Chapman currently 186 points behind, only 15 behind Argota. So this could propel Chapman up into the second place in the standings. Ooh, nearly contact between the 03 and 31 right there. As Bassinelli takes 4 laps to go. Controversial figure pretty much all season. Even back home in Long Island, he was known to stir the pot, so to speak. Obviously with a fiery temper. And often didn't get along with other drivers and the way that they raced, but the fans at least did agree back there that it did create a bit of excitement for them to show up every week too. 2 laps to go, and while Bassinelli might not be a fan favorite, he does provide a lot of entertainment and charisma to the garage area. It looks like he is about to score his first career Marathon Regional Tour victory through turns 3 and 4. The white flag in the air this time for Glen Cove, New York's Nico Bassinelli. Let's go on the TV1 camera. No need for a scoreboard. White flag one more time around. The up and down season that he has had appears to finally be culminating in some sort of success. He's done well recently. I'll go back. There we go. No, back on. Out of turn 4 for the final time. A dream realized. Not sure what you can say about Equal Equipment now. Nico Bassinelli wins the Coors 100 at Pikes Peak. The first of his AARO career. Congratulations to him. Marcel Davis just gets around Daniel Argota and brings home a 7th place finish. Best possible scenario for Donovan Chapman, really, in terms of the standings. That appears to be that. 13 cars left in the lead lap. Nick Kelly got spared as he brings home 13th. Solid run for him. So Bastinelli, Chapman, Doherty, 7 in Branch, Michael Bell, Marcel Davis, Daniel Argota, Patrick Nadeau, and Francois Maxwell brings home a top 10 for the Skulls Racing team.